Mr. Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, just dropped another video this fall. The world goes nuts. Now, I just watched this video, got 11 minutes into it, and decided to jump on here and decode some of that for some of you guys that follow. If you guys don't know who Ralph Smart is, he is a spiritual vlogger on YouTube. And he does great work. Okay, he does great work. Before I get into today's video, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. I appreciate you subscribing. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. My name is Michael Young, aka Forever Young, for those of you that do not know me. If you like the vibe, please feel free to like this video. It helps my channel grow in a tremendous way. Comment if you have any questions, any concerns, or you want to show some love. And last but not least, turn on that notification bell. I'm out here in nature. I'm out here on my balcony, actually, so it's like nature and it's like residential. The sun is hot. The sun is shining today. But anyway, without further ado, let's get back onto this topic now. I don't wanna beat this brother down, but I do wanna emphasize again that it seems like to me he uses his audience's fear of the unknown in what is to come. Okay? When you're projecting the future, whether you think you're a prophet or anything, that's only really going to pertain to you and anybody who wants to agree with that. Otherwise, the future is not set in stone whatsoever. Your future is not set in stone whatsoever. So when you read titles like "This Fall, the World is Going to Go Nuts," that doesn't pertain to your world. I want you to get that understood. That doesn't pertain to each individual. The only time it will pertain to you is if you take what he says and you agree with it and you live by it like it's the gospel, right? So he did point out that, which again, this is why I appreciate him, just because he has this type of knowledge. He did point out that we're going into another sign. We're in Aquarius right now. I believe we're going to Scorpio. So when he says that the world is going to go nuts, what he's really pertaining to is the astrology and what's going on. Another thing he says is that millionaires do not study astrology, but billionaires do. And I thought that was very interesting. And the reason he says that is because billionaires understand that what's above is so below. So whatever the stars are saying, whatever the astrology is reading, which has to do with our attitude, has to do with the energy around the world and how people are going to react, is going to be information for them to take advantage of, these billionaires, right? So when he says that the world is going to go nuts, he's talking about Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Mars is the god of war. Also, there's other facets about Mars, and there's other things. Pretty much Mars is ruled also by Pluto, which is the god of the underworld. So you can already see the picture that is being painted. There's going to be a lot of distress. There's going to be a lot of uproar. There's going to be a lot of change. We're in an apocalypse. He likes to say that apocalypse is a Greek root of apocalypto, which is the Greek, which is defined as death. So right now we're going through, as the world as a whole, which this is what he says. I don't agree with this. I have my own world. We're going through a death, but with death comes life, right? So you can look at what's going on right now as the death of an old chapter of life, and we're going into new life. That sounds so much better, right? That sounds so much more appetizing versus like the world is ending, you know, the world is going to go nuts. He says that with us being in Scorpio, with Scorpio being ruled by Mars and also Pluto, a lot of people are going to be cold. A lot of people are going to be diseased. A lot of people are going to be negative. They're already negative enough with the mask on, with the mandate orders, with the way that society is. And again, I'm not saying I agree with any of this. I'm just telling you the message that he was telling you, and then we're going to shred it up. So pretty much what I got from the first 11 minutes of the video was, we better get ready. Once he started to go to the positive side, finally halfway through the video, he said, for those of you that are awake, that are aware, that are conscious, are safe. What about the people that don't know if they're conscious? What about the people that don't know if they're awake or if they're aware, right? And this is why I'm making this video today, because I want to let you know, once again, to reiterate, you're the only one that gets to tell your future. Just because he has astrology, just because, again, I'm not knocking the brother. I appreciate your work, my man. I appreciate your work. But just because he has astrology and just because he has science doesn't mean that it still has to pertain. We're a human being. There's so many chemicals in us, and the way that you get those chemicals to react is by your attitude, is by your mood. So although that we may be in Scorpio, I may be feeling good all through Scorpio season. So in my reality, I'm really living heaven on earth. You understand? So that's the biggest thing. A lot of these cats, I get what they're doing, right? They want to come on here and they want to, they want to cause a little controversy just because it makes the story and the video great. But there's plenty of ways to skin a cat. In other words, there's plenty of ways to make a great video without fear-mongering, without causing worry and disturbance in people's vibration. Because I know a lot of people out here, they're listening to these cats. Wow, Smart, Foster, they're listening to Spiritual Soul, and they don't know where they stand. They don't know, especially some of the times where they're like, hey, get ready, there's going to be a food shortage, get ready, Scorpio's coming and everyone's going to be mad. They don't know how to react to that. They don't know if they're ready for that. But the cool part is you don't need to be ready for that, because that doesn't have to pertain to you. Your world doesn't have to end. Your world can just be beginning when we get to this fall. Your world can just be blossoming. And when your world blossoms, other people that aren't really sure about what's going on in their life, they look at you and they're like, oh, wait a minute, whoa, they're over there popping. It's November 23rd. I thought we were going, is that a damn fly? I thought we were going through hell. I thought we were going through chaos. But Forever Young over there, he's popping. Why? Why is that? Why is that? Because this is where I determine whether or not my world is going into chaos or not. And I'll tell you what, my world ain't going into no chaos. My world is going exactly where it should go. We are born happy, joyful, light beings. You understand what I'm saying? So we are already wired to go in the direction that we want to go. But when we get these little messages from, and again, 9 times out of 10, they're great messages. By the time you get to the end of that video, it was probably getting to uplift. It was probably, becoming inspiring. But for the first 12 minutes, you're gonna, whip everyone's emotion around, And I remember when I was watching some of his videos, a couple of years back, I would be feeling good. I would be, having a great day, and let's turn on some Ralph Smart. He's pretty cool. He's pretty, and then he says some stuff like, oh, you're not eating this, you're not doing that, then you're probably, all of a sudden I feel bad. And that was just a transfer of information that made me feel bad. It didn't have anything to do with what I was feeling, what I was thinking and doing already in my life. But this is why it's so important to have your own sense of self. This is why it's so important to have self-love, and that's what you really want to start with on the spiritual journey. Okay, you don't need to worry about anything that's going on outside of you. Matter of fact, what's going on outside of you is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So if you see some chaotic stuff, that's probably because you've been thinking about some chaotic stuff. You understand what I'm saying? The law of attraction, I like to also say it's the power of choice. And I'm thinking about writing a book called The Power of Choice by the Law of Attraction. author, forever young. But I'm honestly, I wrote it down last night. I'm thinking about it because the law of attraction, for some of you that don't understand entirely what it is, it's very similar. Matter of fact, it's identical to the power of choice. And we'll conclude on this. The law of attraction states whatever you think, whatever you put your attention on is what you are going to eventually, if not immediately, bring into your 3D reality. Well, the power of choice is the same exact thing, because attention on any certain object or on yourself is a choice. So to make it even more understanding for some of you that still are unsure about the law of attraction, is the same thing as the power of choice. Every moment, every single second, we have a choice. We have a choice to feel good, or we have a choice to feel down. We have a choice to be happy, or we have a choice to be sad. We have a choice to be empowered and dictate our own future, or we have a choice to be dictated and to give our power away. I read a book, and you know what? I'm just going to go to it real quick. This is untraditional, but I wanted just to give you guys just something. I like to, when I'm getting my morning started, especially when I'm on the toilet, you know, might be TMI, I'm sorry, but I like to just open up. This is one of the books. This is by Alan Cohen. It's Dare to Be Yourself. And I like to just open up a random page. And this morning, see if I can open up to the random page that I opened up to this morning. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can get to it. Bear with me, baby. I promise you, you're going to love it. It was the last page of a chapter. And give me like 5 more seconds if I can't find it in 5 seconds. Is that it right there? Is that it? No. Okay. Just wanted. It was really good content. And again, I opened up the book. I know when I open it, wherever it gives me is going to be exactly what I need to read. That's another thing, man. The universe knows what you want, knows what you need. And if you believe it, you just have to just move forward and it'll set the path for you. But it was basically getting to, you know already what you want and need. You know that. You know it. You know what you like. It's already wired into you. So it would be foolish of you going out and trying to ask people how to do it, trying to ask people to give it to you. And here, one of those quotes in the book just came back to me. It's like a fish in water that is thirsty. And I thought that was great because I feel like we're here, fishes in water. And some of us that don't understand how to create and sustain our own reality, our reality that we want, then it's almost like the analogy, you're like a fish in water that's thirsty. But when you become aware that this is all a game, we're literally living in a simulated game, and it's all about experiencing that whole piece, that whole pie, not the slice, the whole pie. And the way that you get that whole pie versus the slice is just a matter of choice. And a lot of people say, well, hey, I'm being greedy. I'm being way too greedy. I'm taking the whole pie. But what they didn't tell you is that we all have our own pies. We don't have to take a slice and, oh, okay, let me get you a slice. Let me get you a sliver over there. Let me give him a little bit more. He only got a little. Nah, we all got our own pie. And then here's also another news flash. We got ingredients to make more pies. Matter of fact, we got ingredients to make infinite pies. Because as far as I'm concerned, you see all this vegetation out here? You see all this growth? See all the trees? See all the growth out here? As far as I'm concerned, we live in abundance, baby. We live in abundance. And I tell you what, at the end of the day, you get to paint your picture. Life is a canvas, and you are I was going to say the author, but I just butchered that. But you know what I'm trying to say. Life is a canvas, and you're the artist. Get to painting. Get to painting, okay? For those of you that are rocking with me for the first time, again, my name is Michael Young, aka Forever Young. I appreciate you. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you also like the vibe, again, like this content. It helps my channel grow. If you got any questions, concerns, you want to show some love, leave a comment. And last but not least, please turn on that notification bell. I hope you guys have a great day. I don't know where you are today, but wherever you are, you have an opportunity to make it great. So I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.